Kia ora. Hi. Here we are. Here we are, back in the somatic space again. So welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I wanted to make you a gift, a video as a gift. Something that you're going to have right through the somatic journey to draw on time and time again. For those of you that are repeating the somatic journey with me, some of you a number of times, this is just going to be a refresher. And for those of you that haven't done any somatics, particularly with me before, but might have dipped your toe in the water and done a bit elsewhere, this is a video containing some of the more foundational, I don't really like the word techniques, principles, foundational practices that we'll kind of come back to time and time again. It's like a somatic memory that we're creating in the being, and they also help move us through the layers so we can kind of peel them away, but we move through and we meet them with specific practices so that later on, when it comes time to the somatic unwinding journey, we have ways that we can meet any surface tensions that might be kind of keeping us in the upper realms, rather than letting us drop deep, and as deep as we need to go for that unwinding practice to take place. So enjoy. I will sow many seeds as we're down in the practice. It comes more naturally for me that way, rather than talking to a camera. Yeah, it's so good to be here in this space with you again, and I think it's just a little over 2 weeks now, and we meet in this space, and I'll be able to see you and hear you and probably feel you. I do feel at the time of recording this video, something happens whenever we begin these somatic journeys. Energies are set in motion, and I really do notice something different within the field, and I really feel that now. So it's a beautiful time to be practicing, and yeah, I wish you all well. Enjoy this practice. Please make sure that you have a really comfortable space set up, somewhere that really honors you, somewhere that's clear of clutter, somewhere that has an ambience. Maybe you have a salt lamp or a candle or a soft light, somewhere warm, and somewhere that you won't be distracted. That's just your sacred space, and please put that time away for yourself each Monday that we meet. Okay, let's begin. So we're going to find a comfortable place. If your back allows, let your legs be long. Just shake the body, wiggle it out. For the purposes of today's video, I'm going to do it all on the floor. Okay, we'll be doing other things as we meet on Monday initially to lead us toward the floor. But for today, we're going to begin it all on the floor. Make any final adjustments. Just make sure that, yeah, that's my place, that's my resting place here. I can feel a beautiful deep breath coming on. So whenever we enter the space of practice, whatever practice, one of the key entry points is that yielding. Something called yielding. It's arriving and noticing how we've arrived. And just meeting authentically everything from that messiness that it feels, and when you're in a transition sometimes from being in the outside world to then coming into the inside world, acknowledging if you've been procrastinating getting there. It's a common pattern, and no matter how practiced we are, it can continue to be a challenge until we're there, and then we think, why did I wait so long? So just be okay, whatever that transition is looking like for you in this moment. To be honest, I have been doing a lot of practice lately, coming off the back of not doing a lot. Going through times of challenge, I found when I needed it most, at that time I didn't draw on it. And it certainly has me realise how important it is and how much I actually need it. But just today I've been procrastinating because I really was a little nervous about doing the video. But it's good now we're here. Feel beautiful deep sighs coming through the body. Sighs of relief. It's really interesting to watch that process, watch yourself in that process. Knowing we don't have to do a single thing, that just being here right now, showing up, there's so much happening. When we acknowledge that, it's like sacred transition. We make it sacred. We witness it. So you may now be aware of the body on the floor, all those points of contact, maybe the back of the hands, the heels, the calves, your buttocks, your mid-back, and the head. I like to think of that carbon paper that a dentist uses when they're filing down the teeth. And they get us to rub our teeth together, and they notice the bits that are most prominent, protruding. So just feel into your body and notice the places that are in greater contact, what are leaving a greater carbon imprint. Just noticing, that's all. And by seeing those points or feeling them, seeing them with your body's eye, rather than the mind's eye, you might get a general sense of the pattern of your body, the shape that it's kind of contorting in, but I don't want you to change it. Let's just observe and see it for what it is. Just letting it be, because there's layers of different holding patterns that we have here. It's like unraveling the story of our lives at the moment. And we see that in a snapshot through the body. And we just simply hold it at the moment. Hold the compassion and the awareness. And notice that even within that, there's some subtle movement on the inside. And just be aware of that as well. You have pulses, you have fluids flowing through you. There's electrical activity happening even in our rest. Energy flowing through. I'd like to bring your awareness into your breath and just feel in your body if any yawns want to arise. I want to invite you to indulge those yawns and maybe even some pandiculation, and that's like the second technique. Yielding was the first. The second is to start to be mindful about those emerging, what we call pandiculations. And a pandiculation is that yawn, that kind of like that morning stretch, but it's not actually the stretch and lengthening, it's the squeezing in when the body wants to squeeze in on it, into itself. That's the pandiculation. And it goes hand in hand with yawning. So there'll be many times where I want to invite you to induce that. Induce it, indulge it, keep listening for when they want to emerge deep, deep, deep from the being, like something hasn't been met for a long time. You'll feel it in those deepest corners, like a deep yawn just needs to kind of come out of a certain part of your body. It's a beautiful reset through the nervous system, through the fascia. And then what you're going to find when you do indulge that is the breath feels a little more embodied. It's like you feel when you breathe that every cell in the body starts to feel like it's actually getting that breath. And then it starts to show you where you're not feeling that so much. So it starts to give us this little insight, little snapshot into the places where there really is, we've numbed out to where there's tension in the body. Beautiful. We could spend a whole class just doing that. Truly. But for the purposes of tonight's practice in this video, we're going to keep moving on. So I'd like you just to get again a sense of your left side of your body to your right side. And the back of your body to the front. And also inviting any parts of you that wish to be present. We're kind of calling forth whichever part of you really needs this practice today when you do the video. Letting your being know you're there, you're open to welcome. And we're going to actually invite the mind to step aside, to take the night off. And if we find ourselves having any perfectionist parts dominant, we're actually going to also invite them to have the night off. Invite them to do something that they really love to do. Maybe give them the night off and shout them a massage or something that is going to treat them. But just let them know the perfectionist part, the self-critic, they don't have to be here in this practice tonight. They can take the night off. We want to just bring spaciousness, and it's our time where we're not led by the mind. It's where our body is going to do the leading. And we go more from a felt sense. Somatics is about a felt sense from the inside out. And I'll keep touching on these principles when we're together in the coursework, but this is a real foundational video, so there's going to be a little bit more of this so we can bring more space in to when we meet in our meetups for the next 4 weeks. This video gives a chance to be a little more instructional. And then I know I've done my job at that level too. It kind of satisfies that part of me. Yeah, there we go, another beautiful deep breath. That's the power of acknowledging and working with our parts. It's a beautiful practice in itself. And that was such an important teaching that we just had then. So thank you. I'm going to invite us now to slowly bend the knees. If you need to just adjust the body a little, we've been laying on our back for a little bit. And just for a moment, just before we begin a little bit of rhythmic rocking, I'd like you to imagine, you can change position a little bit, but imagine that you're laying in a paved track and you want to cover your body with paint. Okay, you want to cover all your body, and that means your side body, your front body, covering with this rainbow maybe paint. The sides of your head, sides of your body. Beautiful. And then come back to laying on your back, knees bent. Notice that beautiful sensory engagement, sensory awareness, the vibration, the feeling of having all parts of your body touched. The floor becomes our partner in this practice. In the video tonight, like I've said, this will be more outside and instructional, whereas later in the deeper unwinding, those of you that have done the work with me already know it's a deep inner process, more internally guided by you, with me just holding space, sowing seeds. But for the purposes of this video, it's outside and instructional, but still there's so much freedom in the way you interpret the guidance that I give. And this is what I'm inviting you to meet that in the middle, to go by feel. You don't have to look and try to do it like me. I would like you to hear, see how it lands in your being, and let still the way you interpret it arise through your own uniqueness. So for this first technique here now, it's called rhythmic rocking. For those of you that have never seen it before, for those of you that know, just we're entering into that beautiful rhythmic rocking. There's no effort through my body. The push is coming from my feet and it's creating this lovely momentum through my body. It's like my feet stay glued to the floor, and the movement happens as a result of this little push away with the feet and then draw toward my bottom, but they're not actually moving, they're stuck in one place. It just sends this momentum, this rocking, this ripple through my body. My spine is relaxed, there's no effort coming from my pelvis, it's a passive roll that you see. If you have any tension in the neck, you may like to start to gently, with your rocking, let the hair roll a little bit from side to side. If it feels nice in one place, stay there for a little bit longer. Good, and pause. Notice what you feel from the inside. It's really important that you take that awareness in and you notice the response. It's like that's the way that we preset and save. We record the sense, we record the newness through the nervous system. And when we work in a somatic way, we're resetting patterns, we're repatterning. So notice how it is for you. Another way we can do this rhythmic rocking is letting your knees Maybe your left knee drop to the left and the right knee can stay kind of semi up to the ceiling. And this time we do a horizontal rock. So we push a little bit with the right foot. That's our momentum driver. And as you can see, there's this little ripple effect in the horizontal through my pelvis. Just notice everything from the very first moment of push and the way that translates right through the body. I love to think of somatics as connected awareness. And a little exercise I usually get people to do in the coursework, especially at the start, is we draw a line, and I like get you to slow that line right down, so you're not just drawing a line from A to B. Just pause the rocking for a moment, bring the leg to the center and take it to the other side, and this time you're creating that momentum through the left foot, the push of the left foot. So with the line, when we slow it down, we feel every single dot in that line, how it joins. And then even if you draw that in the ear, you get a sense of what I mean. You miss it if you just draw a line, and like it cuts through the ear. But when we slow it down and join dot for dot, it's like it heals the ear. It's like it makes us aware of every single space. We don't miss it. It's connective. And again, there's so much in that teaching. So the way that translates to what we're doing is my invitation is to really slow down and really take in the journey from A to B rather than just the A to B. It's everything in between. It's how you get there. It's this continuum. And we slow down and slow down and slow down. In the beginning, we might start a little bit faster, but over the time of this time together, our practice slows way down. Okay, let's pause now. Notice your breath, notice what your body needs. If it needs a pandiculation, indulge that. Yawning again, resetting. Beautiful. Slowly again, now bending the knees. Just lifting the hips a little bit here and then lower down. Beautiful. Lift the hips again, just a little bit off the floor. And lower down. Just something to integrate what we just did. I'm going to invite you to drop that left knee to the side, drop it to the left, and then bring it into the center. Drop it to the side and kind of let it be quite a fast drop, and then bring it to the center. Let it drop and bring it to the center. One more. Let it drop and bring it to the center. Okay, let the left leg drop. And we're going to extend that right leg and draw the foot on the carpet. And we're going to roll ourselves into this tiny little ball. And we'll refer to this as seed. And then extend and begin to open out. And start to feel the sides and the parts of your body that want to be in contact with the floor. And let's do that again to the left. Left leg, extend the right arm and right leg, sweep them around and hug everything in. And then expand open. I want you to feel like a sea anemone here. They open and then they fold in. Okay, leg drop. Breathing in as you open up. Breathing out as you swivel around and fold in. It's like a pulsation. One more. Beautiful. And let's take it to the other side. Just for a moment, your right knee drop. Drop. And then bring it up. Right knee drop. And then bring it up. Right knee drop. And bring it up. And one more. Right knee drop. And this time sweep the left leg and left arm all around and hug yourself into that feed. Inhale, open up. Exhale, drop the right leg, swivel around, pull it all in. Inhale, open up. And again. Inhale. One more. And take a moment here now to come back to your back. Notice what you feel. Deep breath. Well, my body wanted to take a deep breath. Just go with what yours is needing. Okay, beautiful. Bending those knees again. Bringing the arms a little more down beside the body. We're just going to watch our in-breath and out-breath for a bit. We're not going to try to breathe. Just notice your in-breath flow in. And notice the flow out. Notice the flow in. And notice the flow out. Notice the flow in. And at the same time, feel deeply down into your body, especially the pelvis and lower back and sacrum. Breaths flow out. I'd like you to sense the subtle oscillation that happens down in your sacrum when you breathe in. Meaning there's a really tiny movement. Just bring your awareness to that. And then when you breathe out, it's really small. So if you can imagine and visualize your sacrum like a bowl, and when you breathe in, there's this subtle forward tilting. Your tailbone presses down toward the floor and your lumbar spine lifts off the floor. And when you breathe out, the reverse happens. There's this subtle tucking under of the tailbone and a flattening of your lower back. And the next time you breathe in, I'd like you to actually exaggerate that a little bit. Slowly, as you breathe in, let the pelvis follow, rolling forward, this time active here with your pelvis, roll it forward. And then scoop the tailbone under. Another analogy is a rolling pin. So if we've got our rolling pin, as you breathe in, you roll it forward. As you breathe out, roll the rolling pin back. Breathing in, rolling it forward. You'll feel that lower back arch off the floor slightly. This is called arch. And then on the exhalation, as we roll back, it's called flatten. Inhalation rolls forward on the arch. I'm going a little faster now just to show you. Exhale and give you an idea of what it feels like in your body. Now I want you to really just tune into your own for a bit. Don't be in a hurry, let the breath be as natural as it needs to be. If yawns come in, indulge them. And if you feel a place along this movement that's sticky, I want you to pulse into it like a tiny micro movement, just in that little range of where you feel the stickiness. That's called feathering. And feathering is a way that we reset if there's any gaps in that neuromuscular energy flow between the brain and the muscle. So you pulse just in that little area where you feel a stickiness or a catch until you feel like it's time to continue the whole full range again. And continue the flow until you feel one flow again, or if you feel another stickiness, repeat the feathering. You can bring feathering in anywhere you start to intuitively feel like you need to bring it in. I'm kind of teaching you things your body already knows. I'm just helping you remember. You notice the more we slow down with this, the more you feel. Remember, if you start to move quickly, your mind has gotten involved. Just pause, slow down, drop the breath down into the body again. There's no rush. You don't have to do this. This actually kind of emerges. Let your body lead. Feel what's happening right through the whole spine and even at your cranium. Now what I feel is happening in my body now from just exploring that is I've got other movement happening in other planes. I've got some spiral happening in my head and some spiral happening in my arm and behind my left arm. And so my body's actually going into a spontaneous unwinding, which I hadn't planned to do, but it's so strong right now that I'm just going to indulge it and just allow you to watch or feel Maybe you've got your own going on. Wow. I didn't expect to quite go there in the video, but this is what happens, and actually that's ultimately where we're headed. That point where it switched from me guiding to something else just coming over me was a really subtle, oh no, there's something more real coming out here, I'm going to follow that. And so I just put away the teacher side of it, and the practice became the teacher. And I knew that I needed to follow that, what was real. And that's the essence of where I'm taking us all on this journey. I really needed that. I've been feeling a lot of cramping in my belly the last few days, and probably the last week. And even the deep sounds, that was really important, that that sound came through in the way that it did. I wasn't trying to make those sounds wanted to come through that way. And I'm really encouraging you to allow your sound. So I think that for the purpose of this video, I'm going to pause it there. So I think we'll use it more as a teaching video. I'm going to continue just settling this practice in, and then I will make you more videos in the lead up to us meeting. Just as I'll make them as I feel things come for me to share. But I guess in this video, to summarize, we've had an entry point, we've experienced some yielding. We've explored some rhythmic rocking and some rolling, some grounding into the body, some resourcing. And it was the arch and flatten process that initiated this unwinding that needed to happen for me, and this release, this deeper release. Yeah, so that was the practice. Yeah, that's where we went today. So whatever is happening for you right now in your practice, trust in your body where it wants to lead you. I guess the one thing I will say is that if you've been in a practice like I've just been in, you want to take time to bring that to completion, to check in with your being. Is it resolved? And if you're in a position where you kind of need to stop what you're doing and you do need to be or do something else, just be mindful to allow some time between that unwinding practice and when you finish up. So make yourself warm, change your position slightly, and maybe even do a little bit of a body scan just to anchor that in, to integrate that in. Maybe some more rhythmic rocking, something that's just going to help bring you back in to presence. For me right now, I feel like I just need a lot of self-touch, a lot of self-hug. The teacher within you will know what you need. Just know that it's important that you listen to what you need to ground you in before you then move from this space to the next. It's late at night here at the moment, so for me, where I will be going after this practice is to bed. It's actually probably an ideal time for you to do this particular video. It's just before you're able to go to bed. So I'm going to just continue my own practice for a little while, and I will stop the video with the to be continued. Yeah. Much love to you, and I shall see you in the next video.